I wanted to ask you why right now NASA is trying to own the rights inside the King's Chamber. Is there an agenda behind that?
There's a huge agenda, and they're sucking up all the incredible sites and getting these ownership rights to these sacred places. It's just mind blowing because it's telling me what I've been talking about is accurate. Because why would a space agency want access to information about an ancient site if it didn't have to do with space and astrophysics? So when you look at the Great Pyramid and its astrological alignments, right, with Sirius and with Aldebaran and Orion and all this stuff, it's like, what is this? The Pleiades. What's going on here? And now I remember, I think it was 2014 when I was getting ready to go up into the Great Pyramid. My guy was talking to one of the pyramid priests and one of the security guards, and they were saying, in the next 10 years, nobody might be able to come in here anymore. And she was like, why? What's going on? And it was because they said that NASA now owns the rights to the entrance into the Great Pyramid to get to the King's Chamber. Yeah. And so she said, well, why would they close it? And his excuse was, well, what they told him to say, or maybe what they said, and he believes it, is that the pyramid's unstable. The pyramid's unstable.
For after all thousands of years?
No. It's unstable after tens of thousands of years. All of a sudden, it might collapse. Come on. There's some astrological, scientific stuff that's going on there that they want to be able to research and scientifically study, and they don't want anybody else to discover it first. That's what it's about. When I took a helicopter into the Grand Canyon about 2016, I think it was. I took a helicopter into the Grand Canyon. Mm-hmm. We went right down in a place where this rumored to be this ancient Egyptian area, where behind this opening to this cliff face. Yeah. And I'm like, they said, you can't go over there. Huh. I'm like, why can't I? It's sacred ground and we don't allow anybody to go over there. So I'm like, okay, so they have lunchtime now. So as everybody's eating lunch and everything else, I'm sneaking away from the picnic table. I'm sneaking away. I finally find myself in this area where I can get away. And within not even 15, 20 seconds, this guy pops up. He's got on this all black. It looks like a military outfit, but with no insignias. Yeah. And he's got the AR. And he's telling me, you got to go back. You can't come over here. And I'm like, well, what's going on? Like, why can't I? I don't know. Why can't I come over? NASA owns the rights to this. I'm like, NASA? NASA owns parts of the Grand Canyon now. So it's this craziness going on. Yeah. And there's been other people that have tried to get in there as well and had the same exact experience. I know Johnny Enoch just interviewed somebody a few months ago who tried to get in there. He went down, I think, on foot and hiked to the place. Same thing happened. People came out of nowhere with the ARs, this black outfit with no insignia. You don't know who they work for, like a private security, and kicked him out and said, look, you're going to leave, man, and we're going to have to take you down. And he had to leave. So NASA is really, there's one other place before you go to the next one. In Egypt, when you're riding across to Dendera through the desert, right? I don't know if we were going to Dendera because we went to two places, Dendera, and then you see Dendera, you go there, and then you leave Dendera on another deep ride through the desert to Abydos, to the Temple of Seti. Yeah. Between one of those two, it's a one-day trek back and forth. On the right-hand side, way out there, you'll see this gigantic warehouse. It's got a giant NASA logo on it. It's massive. It must be about 100 yards. It looks like a football field length, right? Mm-hmm. Way out there. It could be bigger because the distance is still big. Maybe it's even bigger in person. And I asked the driver and the guide, I said, what in the world is NASA doing with this warehouse in the middle of the desert? Yeah. They said, oh, they make aluminum for us. They make aluminum. Listen, I died. Listen, NASA's in Egypt making aluminum for the Egyptian people. Come on now. Guys, there's something going on. Yeah. What it is, I have no idea, but it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, it's just, come on. I wish I could have had time to go out there, but obviously that would have took over the whole trip, just sidetracking, going about looked like maybe a half a mile out of the way just to go to this warehouse. But yeah, anyway, it's something going on. I don't know exactly what it is.
Yeah. And